Greetings and welcome to ME 115. I want to start out this week just by reviewing some stuff. We're going to start off with entering something about entering new patient information. Uh, a chart number we know is a unique number that identifies a patient. What it does is it links together all that information that's stored in different databases. So in other words, anywhere that that patient has been in the hospital or clinic, they've input into that database. All those databases are linked into one. It's an 8-character number. There's no special characters such as hyphens, periods, or spaces that are allowed. No two chart numbers can be the same. That's kind of an obvious given, isn't it? The system will assign a number when the chart number box is left blank. So if you leave it blank, they will automatically get an ID number or a chart number. So when entering the patient information, we go to the patient guarantor dialog box with other information tab that's active. Click on the type field indicates whether an individual is a patient or a guarantor. So when you look at the type, it'll tell you, or you choose whether that patient is, whether it's the patient or the guarantor. Guarantor is an individual who may not be the patient of the practice, but who is financially responsible for the patient account, such as a father or mother being responsible for their child. We can also look at the patient or the payment plan tab, which is used when the patient's account is overdue and a payment plan has been created for them to pay down the remaining balance. So, as a business, the hospital or doctor's office doesn't want to get stuck with people owing money. You might have to add the patient's employer if it doesn't appear when you use the drop-down list. Usually the drop-down list will have all the businesses that are carrying this specific insurance information, but sometimes you have to add them. Now, Metasoft offers two options for conducting searches for information. Number one, search for and field boxes, and two is locate buttons. The search for box contains the text that is to be searched for, whereas the field box controls how the list is sorted, and you'll have several options available. Data can be resorted and filtered. Now, when you're searching for the information, the search for and field boxes are found at the top of many of the dialog boxes. The locate buttons are used to display the locate patient dialog box. And when the locate button is clicked, the locate patient dialog box appears. Now, to edit the patient information, we select the patient's guarantors and cases command from the list menu. We search to locate the chart number. Click the edit button to display the patient or guarantor dialog box. Make any necessary changes and click the save button. Excuse me. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about making a new case in Metasoft. Now, some of the key terms that you'll hear are capitated plan, case, crossover claim, primary insurance carrier, progress notes, referring provider, and sponsor. In Medisolv, a case is a grouping of transactions that share a common element. Those transactions represent the services and treatments the physician provided during any given visit. When new cases are set up, a patient has two or more unrelated conditions. Changes in a patient's insurance occur. A patient is injured at work and is treated under workers' comp insurance. The information about the patient's medical conditions and treatments is stored in the case dialog box. The case command buttons are edit case, new case, delete case, copy case, print grid, view e-statements, and close. Now you have 11 tabs of the case dialog box: personal, account, diagnosis, policy 1, policy 2, policy 3, condition, miscellaneous, Medicare and TRICARE, commit, and EDI. Personal tab contains the basic information about the patient and his or her employment, where they work, what insurance they have, what have you. The account tab includes information on the patient's assigned provider, referring provider, and referral source. Now, a referring provider is a physician who recommends that a patient see another specific physician. The referring provider box on the account tab contains the name of the physician who referred the patient. The primary insurance carrier is the first carrier to whom claims are submitted. You may also have secondary carrier or a tertiary carrier. And only primary claims can be submitted electronically. Policy 1 tab records information about the patient's primary insurance carrier and coverage. In a capitated plan, prepayments are made to a physician to cover the physician's services to a plan member for a specified period of time. A check mark in the capitated plan box of the policy 1 indicates that an insurance plan has or is capitated. Crossover claims are claims that are processed by Medicare and then transferred to Medicaid or to a payer that provides supplemental insurance benefits to the Medicare beneficiaries. When we look at Policy 2 tab, it records information about a patient's secondary insurance carrier. And of course, Policy 3 would record information about the patient's tertiary insurance carrier and its coverage. Then we look at TRICARE. TRICARE, of course, we know is active duty service member and their families. So sponsors' family members are carried by the TRICARE insurance. The Diagnosis tab contains a patient's diagnosis and electronic data interchange, or EDI notes. The Condition tab stores data about a patient's illness, accident, disability, and hospitalization. And when we look at the Miscellaneous tab, it records a variety of other information about the patient and his or her treatment. It's a lot of miscellaneous little stuffs. The Comment tab is used to enter allergies and notes, EDI notes, and contract information. The EDI is used to enter information for electronic claims specific to that case. And to edit the case information, we select a case, we click the Edit Case button, or what we can also do is open a case for editing by double-clicking directly on the case line in the right half of the dialog box. Okay, this is what we have for Chapter 7, or excuse me, Week 7. I hope this helps you. Make sure that if you have any problems, you contact me. I cannot help you if you do not contact me. Do your work, get it in on time, please. I hate to be the concerned instructor, but I'm concerned when students don't get their work in on time, because I've gone through all of this work. It is not a whole lot of work to do. You can trust me on that. There could be a whole lot more. So please do your work, read your chapters, and if you don't understand, contact. That's all you need to do. Communicate. Have a great week, guys. Thank you.